Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, 77, as we wait for a high of 83. What a
it's going to be cooled off.
It is.
It's going to be nice.
You ever feel like somebody's right behind you?
And you get that eerie feeling? Yeah. That somebody's probably looking for you?
It's a head of security.
Yeah. Security.
We got a great lineup today. Greg is.
Well, I don't know.
Greg has entered the building.
We ain't got a lineup. We got a few people here.
The sheriff is in town. He's here to talk about a few things. He's being Andy today because he don't have his gun on. Did y'all notice that?
He's got his bullet in his front pocket.
Oh, okay.
That's Barney.
That's Barney, yeah.
Anthony Chancellor is here. Have you ever had to take the bullet away from your chief deputy?
Just one.
Just once.
I forget what episode that was.
Yeah, what episode it was. That was good stuff there. And also, we're going to be talking to the CPC here in just a moment. A big event coming up in October to Meridian. We are so glad that you chose us to be. And I got a complaint just in from that girl.
Imagine that.
She said she flew it in by pigeons and said that we really needed to start a dress day of what dress to wear. Because she's
like tool time.
We look like a couple of bookends. This is the second day this week.
She was talking about what she wears. She was saying that she's been wearing the wrong clothing because I didn't put it's windy today or it's a great hair day and I need to make adjustments.
Her hair till after she leaves the house anyway.
She's got one of those, we call them machines.
Portable straightener.
Doesn't it plug into your cigarette lighter in your car and you use it as you drive?
Hers probably
As you
does.
I think that's how that works.
All that windblown look on that broom.
The broom. We'll get an update on this from Greg coming up. He has to put up with a lot.
Oh,
bless it. As we mentioned, Fam Jam is coming to Meridian, and we've got Sarah here to tell us more about it. Let me hit a button here so everybody can see Sarah. How in the world are y'all doing on that side of the room?
Man, it's looking good over here.
Well, thank you. We're so glad that you're here with us. We got a little bit more equipment to buy. Like more counter space for our biscuits, important things.
We didn't have room for them.
This is nice. You got mints over here.
Oh, feel free to eat all you want.
All right.
I got the extended bag for something.
I bought Greg
65-pound bag of peppermints.
I bought Greg some, and he complained because he got too many.
Right by the co-op, grabbing bag. You can't have enough peppermint. It's just one of those. It's my go-to thing. Now, for everybody going, what is Fam Jam? What is it, and where will it be?
Well, let me tell you about this.
Okay,
so
tell
this
us.
birthed a year or so ago when Highland Baptist Church held a bluegrass festival for us. And I was like, man, we need to do like an all-day event. Call it Fam Jam. And I told Thomas Burton, mark my word,
Shout
at
out to
WTOK. I said, Thomas, we're going to make it happen. And so I just needed to get my friends together and my cousins together. And we're going to make it happen on Saturday, October the 5th, all day from 10 to 4 at City Hall lawn. It's going to happen. Tons of vendors.
What is it? Explain what that is. Tell us what Fam Jam is and why we should come out and what all y'all going to be doing there.
So every year at the Center for Pregnancy Choices, we have an annual event in October to mark our anniversary. So we've been around since 2001, helping people, helping families, moms that are facing scary pregnancy decisions or overwhelming obstacles in their life. And this is a way for us to bring joy and happiness to sometimes a very difficult thing to talk about.
Yeah.
And so it's a way to get our community united together to help local families. And we're doing it by celebrating with food and music, two of our favorite things in Meridian.
Right. Yeah, we got to seriously talk about this. I'm looking at names here. Anybody ever a group called Couch in the Woods?
Couch in the Woods.
Yes. Yes.
Greg knows it?
See?
That's good music.
That is good music.
Couch. Where'd they come up with the name, Greg? Couch
They saw him outside.
I mean, is that when you're deer hunting and you stumble up on the couch in the woods and you go, how'd that get there?
Yeah.
We'll have to ask him.
Yeah, do that. Let's hear. You also got Roderick, who's here with you. We've got Brittany Campbell. She's good. I've seen her. Wandering Pines.
They were over there by the couch in the woods.
I thought about doing a poster op with, a fox in a house in the woods with a couch.
Let's do that.
Oh, Daniel House will be there, and so many others that y'all are playing for the music that day. So, Roderick, tell me about this as we get. What you do jazz, right?
I do jazz, do a little soul music.
How'd you get to doing jazz? How did that come about?
Well, I'm originally grew up playing in church.
Yeah.
Which is most of our stores around here. And just kind of, through school, through exposure, started playing, some fun dancing music.
Yeah.
We couldn't play in church, so that's kind of how I got into that. I think it's going to be a great lineup, and I think it's going to be a good variety of music, so I think everybody will have a chance.
So how long will your set be? Will you do like an hour or maybe
Probably
a
about
little
30 minutes until Sarah kind of gives me the boot.
more? She gives you that look like,
Yeah. Reel it in. Reel it in. The golf show.
But yeah, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be fun. All those guys are great people, great friends. So I think it's going to be a really family feeling environment.
Is there a cost to get into this event?
It is free.
Free 99?
$3.99. I like that.
Yeah. Where the fundraising comes in is we are going to have centers like ours will typically have a thing called a baby bottle boomerang. Where
what?
there's little,
baby
there's
bottle
little baby bottles that you fill up with change or checks or cash to help fundraise for the cause. So where we're not charging armbands or ticket fees to see all these wonderful musicians and artists and crafters and food trucks. Now you will have to pay for the food at the food truck. We're going to give them that. But we're asking that all the vendors have a baby bottle and ask for tips to be donated to
gotcha.
the CPC.
Now, of course, you said you'll have several vendors there also around the City Hall area.
Yes. It's going to be, if you think about the V at City Hall lawn, we'll have vendors on both sides of the sidewalk up the V, and a children's station in the small part of the V where they can play and do a bunch of stuff, coloring and face painting and all that kind of fun stuff.
All right. Now, give us a recap, the date and the times to come see y'all.
The first Saturday in October the 5th, from 10 until 4. It's a free event. Please come hang out with us. Earth's Bounty is that morning.
Right.
So this is what you do. You go over there to Sing in Brakeman Park, get all your stuff, and then you over here to City Hall lawn, just like that, and come have fun and bring your lawn chairs or bring a big blanket and come sit and hang out with us for the day.
Y'all might not believe it, but you can actually run from City Hall all the way over there, can't you?
We've done that before, hadn't we? Yeah. Woo. That was a tough deal. I'm glad the truck wasn't any farther away than what it was.
I made it half a block and I thought I ain't running no more.
I'm glad that was after
y'all.
we took pictures.
Sarah, Roderick, we can't thank y'all enough for coming in and telling us about the event. We look forward to it again coming up October the 5th, first Saturday in October, CPC Fam Jam.
Fam Jam.
That was a good remix.
It's tough to cut it short. I couldn't say fam.
You think we can get you to do a number?
Yeah.
There you go.
You can be our in-between set.
Hey,
You want to be our MC?
What do you want me to talk about?
I mean, you can talk
gotta
about
sing.
I can't sing. I can thin the crowd out if you'd like that. If you got people that are
But you'll make
unwanted.
everybody else sound better.
Yes, I would. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Coming up, we've got the high sheriff in town. Greg's going to keep him straight, and we're going to let him take care of security things.
Harold's tied up out back.
Well, I'm telling you, he's got his saddlebags, whole 9 yards outside.
Yeah.
Who's in charge of shovel duty today?
That's going to be Barry. He's always in charge of shoveling.
We'll be right back. Y'all stay with us. Lots to talk about this morning. Looking for a great place to eat? Well, come explore the great flavors of the French Quarter in downtown Enterprise. Whether you're in the mood for a romantic night out, a family dinner, or a cozy atmosphere with great service that make dining with the French Quarter an unforgettable experience. Drop by today and taste our delicious dishes. Come explore the flavors of the French Quarter. 120 West Bridge Street, downtown Enterprise. Call 601-659-0500, the French Quarter. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as your built-in. are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Working on a big project? Need reliable equipment? Paris Tractor has you covered. From skid steers to excavators, tractors to trenchers, we have top quality equipment for rent on a project-to-project basis. All our equipment is expertly maintained for peak performance, ensuring you get the job done right. Our team is here to help you choose the perfect machinery for your needs with flexible rental terms to fit any project. Call us or visit parisrents.com to rent your equipment today. Come see us at Paris Tractor, where we're more than a tractor store.
Well, let me turn some microphones on. Good morning
Here we
and
are.
welcome back.
Yeah.
I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Odie as we enjoy this perfect 77-degree weather.
It's nice.
Have you been
It's
out?
really nice. Well, yeah, I got here.
Well, you know,
I don't stay.
Sometime-
Any more questions? I don't.
sometimes you just kind of stumble to your vehicle.
It was.
Greg,
That wasn't.
you seem so much taller on the camera.
You look somehow or another.
Did Julia do it to you again?
I need to have a letdown.
Sheriff is his feet hanging off the floor.
Yeah, they were dangling it.
It ain't my fault. He's 11'3".
He was.
Welcome, welcome. If this is your first time to watch, joining us today is Sheriff Anthony Chancellor from Clark County.
Good morning. Good
Glad
morning.
to have you. Turn that a little bit to the side there where it won't block your face. People want to look at you.
Okay, there we go. Is that
Yeah,
better?
yeah, that's better. Well,
That'll-
Just because you look like John Cena.
we got some folks watching from Baton Rouge this morning. We welcome them to the show.
Good morning.
Y'all have been busy in Clark County lately, hadn't you?
We've been steady. Yes,
What
sir.
what is it? There's word getting out that y'all got some papers back from a printer, and you've been shoving them in deputies' cars and sending them out. What y'all doing?
Well, we'll actually give them out this afternoon, but we're doing. I meant to bring one this morning, but I forgot.
Oops.
Yeah, I didn't have time to go by my office this morning. We're doing building checks now. And folks in the county, so far as churches and different businesses at night, you may come in the next day and find a door hanger there where a deputy checked your business or the church.
Right.
That night, it'll have the deputy's name and the date and the time that he or she checked the structure.
Yeah, and that's good to
neat.
do,
Yeah.
where people know that y'all are out and about
right.
and what time you were there.
That's right, and we want people to know that that's what it is. Some people, they may come in the next morning and see that and automatically kind of in a little bit of a panic.
Yeah.
Someone sees a sheriff's star there on a piece of paper on their door, they may.
Think it's been a disturbance.
That's right.
And it wasn't.
That's
It's just
right.
somebody doing good policing.
Just take the time, take a look at it, and that's what it is. That just lets you know that somebody was there tonight while you were sleeping, checking on your property.
And that is, man, I'm telling you, deputies on patrol at night, there's a lot of things that go thump in the middle of the night that these guys are out handling. And
Yes.
that's a good thing. Did you come up with
Yes.
that all on your own?
Actually, it's something that we discussed a while back. Billy Lewis, that works in my department, he actually had them. He designed them and had them made, and
Well, I appreciate old Billy
he kind of
doing
pushed it along. That's exactly right. There's a lot of. There's so much that goes on. It's a team effort, and one person can't do it all. That's
Oh,
for
no.
sure. If it weren't for them, I couldn't do what I do.
So we understand y'all had a staff meeting yesterday.
We did.
And then y'all moseyed. I got pictures of this somewhere we're going to find here in a minute. Y'all made your way on down towards Skidmore's.
Yes, sir. We did.
That was a big deal as you had highfalutin politicians in town, didn't you?
Yes, sir. We did.
Let me see if I can find. As a matter of fact, here it is right here. Let's show Anthony amongst all these politicians here.
Look at there.
I'm talking about some big ones up in here, and you took them to Skidmore's. That right there.
Now,
is
you gonna
satisfying
offend
anybody.
Troy saying big ones? I mean,
That
he meant high up, Troy. He
Well,
didn't
Troy-
mean wide.
Troy didn't want to stand in front of Scott because Scott is 11 foot tall, right there.
He's tall.
And,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good group to meet up with Congressman Guest. He was able to give us some updates and things that are going on in Washington, and it's always good to see our elected officials, our representatives.
Yeah. come down, and everybody was standing around talking and handling business there. It's and it's always y'all always remember this. If you're an elected official, always never forget where you came from.
That's right. That's exactly
Those
right.
people put you in office, and that's what Michael Guest was there doing, some handshaking, talking about what the concerns were of the community. And one of the questions that I remember him saying was, I get asked this all the time, is President Trump going to make a stop in Mississippi? And his answer was,
Probably not.
yeah, because
I mean,
he's
he
going to
doesn't
win
need-
Mississippi.
That's right. He doesn't need to come to Mississippi.
And we got some states that he needs to visit more importantly than Mississippi, and that's why he's not coming this year.
Yeah, old Senator Tate was making his way around there yesterday.
I saw him shaking hands there.
He was making his way around. It's good to see him as well. Him and Troy, Representative Smith, you know.
Oh, I remember.
District 84.
I heard Skidmore say something about, whew, sure, I'm glad they didn't show up on Rib Day.
Yeah,
Well, if you noticed, he was giving estimates instead of menus.
Great place to eat if you've never visited Skidmore. We enjoy it when we go down.
Greg gets weighed before he goes in.
He makes you weigh when you go in and weigh when you leave, and he locks the door of the bathroom.
Yes.
I mean, he's got you any way you turn.
It's dinner and a show. That's for sure.
It is.
Skidmore's,
Always.
you know, Matthews, he does a very good job. Good for the community.
And then also, that's who has the contract to feed the inmates there at the Barriott.
That's correct.
So,
That is
y'all got a lot.
Good food.
Oh, it is. I'm trying to remember.
You all need to make it by there for breakfast one day. It's really interesting there in breakfast time. I try to make it by
Well,
at least a couple
yeah.
times a
Skidmore's
week.
in the prison.
Yeah, Skidmore.
It's very informative.
Very informative.
But you might want to carry a, what is it, a colander, so you can strain it and get the good out of what's said in there.
Daddy, you better leave. You better leave your feelings at the house.
Yeah, if you don't have thick skin, yeah, it's not a good place to be.
Yeah, it's they probably pick on politicians. We know what you didn't do.
That's right.
Oh, anyway, what a great morning it is, and we've got some more things at the sheriff. And I want to touch on this.
Yes, sir.
Because this was we covered it here. And y'all really went to work on and solving a crime that you look at, because it's been going on nationwide, but it took Clark County, Mississippi, to crack the case. Your deputies, your investigators to get on it. Tell
Yes,
everybody
sir.
what I'm talking about.
Well, a few weeks back, we had to deal where the ATM was pretty much just broken into an enterprise. That is a very, very complex deal, but my guys, my investigators, they literally, like you said, they went to work. I mean, they got on it pretty quick. They're very.
I could hardly take pictures. They were stepping on me so much.
They did a great job. We're able to track these guys down. But here's a key factor that goes in that. A few key factors. Number one is hard work and determination. But then also, one thing that I've learned in this line of work that I've been in for 20 years is that relationships matter. Building relationships. Our relationship with the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office, even and also the Meridian Police Department and other agencies, that also helped with that. There were certain levels of different modern technology.
We'll say that
would it
word.
say. I don't want to get off. We don't want to give away all our secrets, but it worked out, and we were able to lay hands on these individuals. But
Because of people sharing
That's right,
their
sharing information.
tools.
That's right.
What you may have, somebody else may not have it, and it's by different departments working together.
that's exactly right.
And sharing. I mean, it looked like an episode of CSI when I was figuring out. Well, I mean, hey, dude, that was impressive. I mean, it really.
Well, and these are certain things that we're moving toward, and in our department, so far as acquiring some of these tools and these, but we do have a lot of programs that we're able to utilize so far as tracking people and this and that, and finding out who is where and this and that. So, but like I said, it's about
reaching
relationships.
out and saying, "Hey, would you help me?"
That's exactly right.
Not just I can do this, but hey, I need your help.
the answer's
you
always
assist?
no if you don't ask.
Exactly, 100%.
I mean, it's always going to be if you don't ask.
Yeah.
But it you
They
have to
rubbed
work
it
together.
physically, right? It wasn't electronic. Bob's asking.
I apologize.
They didn't do electrically. I mean, it was done physically. They broke in, or how was that?
They were able to get inside of it.
Wow.
I'll say that. But there are multiple levels of security within these ATM machines. They were able to get past the first and the second level of security
Man
to
alive.
access the inside inner workings of it, and they switched it to where it would basically just spit the money out.
Wow.
Just-
Somebody went to college to learn
It
that,
wasn't
didn't they?
dumb crooks.
No.
I mean, honestly,
No,
it
this-
wasn't
that's
somebody with a
exactly
hammer.
right.
I mean,
And these individuals had been all over the place doing this very thing, and I say all over the U.S. doing that. So,
There's no telling how much money nationwide are in these banks, it looked like they picked on a certain branch and went after it, and they probably do that in each town that
That's right.
they'll learn their security, how they do things.
and in the past couple of days, we have actually, my investigators have actually had other places reach out to them, other agencies out of state, asking how they did it and this and that, and they've had some of the same.
I'm proud of y'all. I really am. This
oh,
we'll have to give an award.
Well, I'm proud of them. I mean, like I said, these guys, like I said, they're smart.
Yeah.
Number one, and they work hard and they care about where they work.
and tenacious. They tough. They hung in there.
That's exactly
like
right.
hair in
Whoa,
a
whoa, whoa.
biscuit.
Did you hear a word I've never heard before?
Tenacious.
Coming from him, he's been practicing.
Did he say
it up all
turquoise?
night.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
I've been reading old Webster at night.
He's trying to keep up with his TV wife.
Well, let me say they hung in there like a hair in a biscuit.
There you go. Now I know exactly what you mean now. Whew, boy. We're going to make it. They're going to give us our own network over there and just knock CNN off, let us take
Well, it
over.
might not be as many letters, but you know.
This was and these guys were caught as they tried to enter back into the state of Texas due to sending out an all points bulletin, more
They
or
were
less.
caught in Texas, and they've been extradited back. And like I said, this is an ongoing situation. But I try to, put out as much information to the public that I can.
Kind of reminds me, y'all remember watching the episode of Andy where the convict was getting away and he grabs the boat and they're all panicking.
Boat's got a hole in it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We got Anthony on our team there, and the rest of them are trying to figure out all this stuff, but he knows there's a hole in the boat somewhere.
Big City told him he was messing up by letting him go, and Andy said, "No, that's my boat. Let him go."
That's right. No, we get complimented a good bit, and people say, well, you're doing a good job, but my thing is that's my people. They're doing a good job. It is my job as a sheriff to make sure that they've got what they need to do their job. And
like a fuel card that works.
anyway, I mean, it's just not. I don't want to. Anyway.
Good.
But that's the biggest thing is I heard years ago that I guess you could say a happy officer or a happy deputy is a working officer, a working deputy. I mean, you have to, morale tends to be low in agencies throughout the U.S., and a lot of it has to do with, media and this and that. And that's the problem in law enforcement, that law enforcement officers are held to such a standard, which, I mean, we are. I get that.
But you're under a microscope,
That's
too.
exactly right. Because the fact of the matter is, we can, I can sit here and we can look at each other long enough, we're going to find something wrong. If I want to find something wrong, I'm going to find it.
That's right.
But you have a certain amount of the population out there that is just so miserable.
Yep.
And they can't stand it. And they want to nitpick. And they want to, this, I saw this cop doing this. And most likely they have no idea what they're talking about. They're wrong 9 times out of 10. But unfortunately, they enjoy the drama more than they do the facts.
Correct.
And whenever you
there's
give
some
them the
people that live
facts,
on that
they don't
drama.
want the facts. And that right there creates an environment where officers really don't want to go to work. So I am
give you an
doing my
example.
best to create a place to where people want to go to work.
Tell me this, if you remember this, Anthony. As we remember back, there was a video that was released on the Mississippi Highway Patrol of an officer with somebody handcuffed, and they portrayed it as though he was hurting them.
That's exactly right.
And then you go back and you see the real video. 3 people attacked this man by himself, and he fought him for 20 minutes.
And I commend, Commissioner Sean Tyndall for, the Department of Public Safety.
Good
He
guy.
took a stand on that right there. He was like, "Oh no, negative. That's not how it happened." He called, certain players in, to look at this video. And I will give, there were a handful of politicians that stepped out there prematurely and started
We're
putting
gonna
out.
fix this.
That's exactly right. But unfortunately, it's like, well, well, that don't fit the narrative, so let's just let it go away.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times once people get the facts on these certain situations, and it's, oh no, we don't want to talk about that no more.
It ain't no fun no
Yeah,
more.
that's exactly right. But what they don't understand and what they don't realize, that is an individual, that is an officer, that is a person who has a life, that has a wife, that may have kids.
Yeah.
And
The damage is done.
That's exactly
The damage
right.
is done.
And I'm going to be straight up honest with you. That type of behavior, I'm going to try not to say.
I can see us get down to those skin over there.
I'll be flat out honest with you. It pisses me off.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, you've got some
And I hate it.
officers-
Some folks may not like the fact that I said that word.
But it
that's
needed to be
trash.
said.
Well, they
Get the
understand
facts.
what you meant.
Get
And
the facts.
You've got some officers that will tase someone while in handcuffs. That needs to be dealt with.
Oh, yeah,
strictly.
exactly.
But then just because that happened with that one bad apple does not mean every officer out there is a bad apple.
That's exactly
and you've
right.
got to take each instance for its own as a whole picture, not pick and choose what segment of that whole ordeal was.
You have to have the capability to look at the totality of the circumstances and the situation. I mean, everything is not as it may seem.
Think
Believe
back
it or
on that,
not.
though.
Well, all you're doing is getting bits and pieces of it instead of the whole story. What just happened before the camera rolled, they don't see that.
That's
They
exactly
just see they may see the aftermath of what happened. Well, there's a whole lot more to the story than that.
But going back to the deal about the trooper in the Brookhaven district,
Yeah.
that was a very, very bad situation that could have ended. I mean, that was a bad deal.
Correct me if I'm wrong. He has somebody stopped. Two other people pull up that are friends with them, and then join in trying to
Got
attack
surrounded.
the officer.
Got surrounded.
The
He
whole
about got
thing
surrounded.
is on YouTube. You can go and pull that up and watch it, and it's a lengthy video.
But he done nothing,
himself.
nothing wrong.
Oh, he did better than most could have done in that
I mean,
situation.
y'all think about this: one man taking on three people.
Oh yeah.
That was out to get him.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything to lose. They didn't care.
But-
and all he wanted to do was protect himself.
But I will credit certain media sources for that type of behavior because everybody's looking for something.
Yep, they sure are.
You know, what can I catch this guy doing? What can I do? How can I spin this narrative?
Yep.
What can I get out of it? What can I get out of it? They'd rather sit back and gripe and complain about what everybody else is supposedly not doing instead of going down there and signing that dotted line and raising your right hand
There
and
you are.
sticking, and like I said, some of these people who feel like, well, go spend you a few shifts with an inner city cop at Meridian.
Yeah.
Amen.
Come hang out with one of my deputies for a week, or a Lauderdale deputy.
Yep.
Lots
See what that's like out there.
And then they try to go home and have some sense of normalcy after a day of that.
Yeah.
And you wonder
got-
why they're uptight or he didn't even speak to me at Walmart. Well, guess what, dude? There's
what
about
you
that
call-
much of his fuse left, and he's about to lose it, you
And
know?
you've got to leave work at work and home at home because
That's right.
those two cannot blend. You think you have a job that you can't mix home and work together? Imagine being a law enforcement officer.
That's right.
And
You're
having
right.
to separate that.
You're right. It's tough.
More coming up here at the Scotty Ray Report as our special guest. As we've got him backed into a corner. He's telling it how it really is. We'll be right back.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Everything starts with a great grill, cookware, and accessories. Add in locally sourced meat and dairy, frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, and daybeds and have fun with our cornhole boards. From animal print coolers to authentic Louis Vuitton purses, we have what you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Tyrone Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Just before midnight last night, we had another accidental shooting in Meridian. This would happen on Front Street. As we pull this up, this is where it would happen. They would be rushed to a local hospital and treated. Not life-threatening, but someone was shot overnight in the city limits of Meridian. We thought we would let you know what goes on after dark. I think it's very important to stay informed. Several comments about what we were talking about, what police go through, and people try to catch them or take out of context of what a police officer's doing.
That's right. That does happen. I mean, it's but you know, I feel like my job as sheriff, I take it extremely seriously. And one of the main things about my job is my employees. The people who work for me, I look at them, you know, I'm on, and that they know. I'll go to hell and back fighting over them.
Right.
And for them. But now if they're wrong, I'll tell them they're wrong.
Right.
But you ain't going to come in my office running one of them down for doing a job or this or that and the third.
Right.
I'm going to stand there, I'm going to pick a piece of ground, and I'm going to stay there. Now, we, as employees, we may argue back and forth. We may have this and that going on, whatever, behind them closed doors. But I'm not going to tolerate somebody coming in.
I agree with that.
And running your people
Running
as
my
hard as
people
they
down.
work.
On the street or wherever.
And people make mistakes. Don't get me wrong. We're not saying this is God. People make mistakes.
That's right.
And there's not anybody, I don't care where you work or what you do, that you ain't done something you probably shouldn't have done or you might not have should have done or whatever. But you're not under a microscope. You know what I'm saying? Everything these people do is, I can't believe he cut his grass and threw it that way.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, they are nitpicked to death, and they're human. At the end of the day, they're humans when they got wives and children and husbands, and
that's right.
They're people.
You're exactly right. But yeah, they are. I take it very seriously, and
Well,
I
you have
care
to
about.
make-
I love every one of them.
You have to make decisions on the snap of a whim.
Yeah.
You can't sit back and say, okay, let me think about this.
I'll get back with you in 90 days.
Yeah, just sit right there. I'll be back in a minute. No, you've got to make a decision right then, right there, that can change your life.
Affect a lot of lives.
That's right.
And you have to make sure it's the right one.
Let me ask this.
It's tough.
Have you ever heard Paul Harvey talk about the policeman? Y'all, and I need to dig that up
That's a
because
good
it
one.
really goes through of he's got to be a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
And you know how Paul Harvey ended things, all for a little bit of pay for
That's
you.
right.
Gosh, he nailed it. What
That's
the guy
exactly right.
does.
Now, don't get me wrong. There are some bad actors out there, some bad apples.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and we spoke about that last time I was on the show. You know, I'm
Yeah.
on the board of law enforcement
They're
officers standing
everywhere.
and training now. And that's one thing that we're trying to work out.
Will there ever be a database to where those bad apples are tracked where they can't? Because I see a lot of times, and you know I'm not telling the truth on this, someone will do something, they go, well, if you resign, we won't.
That's right. And they get kicked off to another department, which means, you know, if you're at another department, then pretty
You
much,
brought
you know,
your problem
there's a
with you.
community there. You affecting that community. You know, law enforcement officers, they have a direct effect on the lives of other people, and all these things go hand in hand. They've got to have the appropriate training, continued education and training. They got to be led in the right direction. Sometimes
The right way.
sometimes they may need a little bit of sandpaper.
Right.
You know, sometimes they may need a little grace. You know, but it goes back to your leadership.
You got to have somebody that's going to stand up for them when they're right, but you've got to have somebody that's going to correct them when they're not so right.
That's exactly right.
And you got to have the respect on both sides.
But they
They've got
need to be
respect you,
corrected
and you've
behind
got to
closed
respect them.
doors is where they need to be
You're
corrected.
100% right.
That's right.
Yeah, they don't need to be corrected on blah blah blah
Facebook,
social media
yep.
phase. You know, car number 25. I'm just making that up.
And Bob said,
Do y'all even have
transfer is
25
not the
cars?
Correction.
What now?
And Bob said, transfer is not a correction.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So that goes down that road.
But that goes back to there's most departments, and we know they are so desperate for bodies and Social Security number to do these jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody fighting you to
there's
get to sign up
There's a lot more
nowadays. That's right.
forgiveness probably than there should be. And you do lower the bar. You know what I mean? Because you got to hire
Well,
somebody.
leadership can be a magnet.
Yeah.
Leadership can pull people
I agree.
into work for
I
you,
agree.
or it can also.
But if I got
repel people to
100
work
PIN
for you.
numbers and I've only got 20 officers, I'm going to be a lot less likely to critique and fine-tooth comb when you got 6 applicants. You know what I'm saying?
Did y'all see the New Orleans Police Department said, hey, if we didn't hire you last time, come back and talk to us.
They'll be pulling you over to give you a ticket and giving you an application.
Yeah, now, if you can get out of that ticket if you come to work.
And it's sad. I mean, it's bad. And I can remember back, and I think we spoke about this the last time I was on the show. When I applied to go to the Highway Patrol in 2007, I want to say we had somewhere in the neighborhood of 800 applicants.
Yeah.
800.
You got 80 now?
Yeah. I mean, and I think they accepted 120 of us. But
out of 800.
And also, I can remember, like, the city over here, the civil service test. I can remember them having, well over 100 to show up to do a PT test.
Right.
And now I would assume that they just don't have that many. I can remember speaking with, Sheriff Calhoun years ago, long time ago, and he'd have just a drawer slam full of applicants who were certified officers wanting to go to work. And it's just not that way anymore. And I don't know that we as agencies have not really put out enough to our younger people so far as the high school age, to come into this career. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it, but we also know pay has something to do with it. But it also goes back to something else we mentioned last time, service to your community. Service. What did JFK say? I mean,
ask not.
But now it's
the same way with volunteer fire services.
That's right.
And everything.
It's the same thing.
What's
But
in it for
also
me? What can I get?
with media and social media like that, if every
Makes it
time you
worse.
cut on the TV or every time you fire up the old computer, you're seeing that guy get drugged through the mud, does that make you want to go do that? And I'm sorry, for every bad cop out there, there's 10 million good ones.
It is.
But we don't say nothing about them.
Well,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
get an
we talk
officer-
about that one that messes up.
You get an officer that goes out and puts his life on the line to bring somebody in, and time he gets in, he goes in front of the court, and the court says, "Oh, you can go," and pushes him back out. And after that happens 3 or 4 times, that officer keeps
Kinda
going,
lets-
"Why am I putting my life on the line if you're not going to hold them accountable?"
Kind of lets wind out of your sail, don't it?
Real
By
bad.
the time you get the paperwork done, they're already at home, and you
Yeah,
still at work
yeah.
doing the paperwork.
Fixing to do
on
it
them.
again.
One thing that I learned about law enforcement officers, being one, small things are big to them. Like, I can remember this deal, I'm just throwing this out there,
Okay.
an instant where at one point I remember people complaining, well, this officer, he drops his kid off at school every morning in that patrol car. Well, you know what? Who cares?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that cop car is there as a present.
Presence is a
You
deterrent.
dang right it
I
is.
mean, what in the world? I mean, who cares? I mean,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not saying take your patrol car and drive to Florida. I'm not saying
when
go
it's
on
in the
vacation.
community.
I'm not saying on your day off, go to the grocery store and load the trunk down with groceries. I'm talking about if you're working. If I go 10 to 8 in the morning at, 7 o'clock or whatnot, and I'm going to go this or that. I mean, if you're dropping your kid off at school, who cares? That's
Well,
not a
this
big
day-
But if you
deal.
remember
That is
right,
not a big deal.
this
You
day
were
and
10-8 at 8 o'clock last
Exactly.
night, too, so you done gave 14
That's
hours
right.
in an 8-hour day. And I'm sorry, when it comes to these vehicles, I would love to see a contest. Who can burn the most gas? Who can put the most miles on one? Because presence is a deterrent.
That's exactly
I
right.
live out in the county, and I'm sorry, I may step on some toes here. I want to see you. I want to see my Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department car go by my
That's
house,
right.
go up my road.
And at the gas
I don't-
station refilling.
that's exactly. Burn that gas. But now my opinion is I don't care about the frontage road because the city's got a police department.
Yeah.
Now that's my opinion, and I'm probably stepping on toes.
It'll be all
but
right.
I want to see you in Collinsville and Savoy and Causeville. I want to see patrol. Put all the miles you can on it. Because every time I open the door, I want to see one of them.
But, it's like the guy that stops in to get a screw that he's got to have off to work at the hardware store. You never know what he's going to bump into that's
That's
happening at
right.
the store.
Or
That's
when
right.
he could stop while he's in there.
That's
If
right.
He walks in and somebody's got, hey, I'm fixing to rob this store, and in walks Officer so-and-so. It just changed their mind. They just left, and everything's back to peace. Nobody knew the good
That's
that
right.
came out of it. But you said something about pay of officers. Now it's no longer an officer going to work while mom stays home with the kids. Mom's got to go to work too. And if mom's got to go to work and dad can go, or vice versa, because we've got great female cops now. If they can
Politically correct.
Yeah. If they can take the kid on the way to work, to school, and it's in a department vehicle, who cares? It goes back to present.
Yeah, because it seems like somebody got after a Meridian cop.
They did.
I mean, I wanted to say, who cares? For heaven's sakes, look at what these people have to go through.
Yeah, for
I mean,
little
look at
pay.
what goes on. But yet, you all are going to get nitpicky and post this man's pic. I don't know who it was. I ain't got a clue. Don't know. Don't care. But the way I feel about it, he was a cop.
Correct.
And chances are, that cop's going to be the guy who responds to your house in the middle of the night whenever you're too scared to go in the backyard because you thought you heard something.
Correct.
But yet he's going to go out there and take care of it for you. But you worried about him dropping his kid off at daycare? You know that. And now, granted, that kid or whoever's in the car, he's responsible for that person.
Correct.
And I know that's kind of a topic we kind of just jumped on, but it's that small bull crap right there that you have to put up with. People like, man, I don't want to do that mess. Look, man, I'm scared. I may have to stop by and get me a drink at the store. And oh no, all y'all do is sit around and drink drinks all day.
Every time I look up, they're in there drinking coffee.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite one is all y'all do is eat. Oh, dadgummit, I forgot we're not supposed to eat.
That's right.
We can't eat. We don't eat.
But if I owned a restaurant, I would want you coming in there because my thing is if you're in there, the chances of Odie coming in there with a mask on and robbing a place is slim to none.
Oh, it's exactly right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, welcome.
We fed you for free at Dairy Queen when you was at work.
Welcome your police officers. Well, I mean, and there are some good restaurants and there's some places that really help. But I'm just saying, if I hit the lottery tomorrow, I'd buy a sheriff's car and put it in my yard because nobody's going to break in if they see that. You know what I'm saying? It's the little things you'll notice if I ever hit the lottery.
We got more coming up this morning. We got some history. We're going to test these two, see what they know here. Woo! Anthony's pretty good. I don't know if y'all know this, if you've watched him play this game in the past. He's pretty good at history. Greg, are you ready for him?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not as good as my predecessor, though. I can tell you that.
No, he's got it, don't he?
We'll be right back.
Hi, folks. Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Rockhouse Gun & Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun & Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun & Pawn. Summertime has arrived and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray as we get ready for a big day here. We got trivia coming up here between the sheriff and Greg. Now, we're going to start this off and say that I accidentally put the wrong date, and I'm going to give you the correct date. What? I made a mistake, and I looked up, and I thought, there's
Scotty
no
Ray.
way.
Hang on a minute. Let me start a Facebook page.
That's right.
Scotty Ray's mistake. Dadgummit. What are we going to do to Scotty Ray?
That's a big page.
We're going to start peeking
and everything.
Believe it or not, there's plenty of those pages out there.
Hey. That's right. It's okay. We're going to make mistakes in this life.
Play the game.
Scotty Ray posted a cow today.
All right, Todd Kemp, you better text me. I got my phone out. I'm ready. I'm ready, Sheriff.
Let's go back to 1847. I think this guy is the most notable outlaw that ever lived. They picked on his family, and he had to take matters into his own hands. There was a little group there that wanted to take his land. Y'all know what land I'm talking about?
Had a couple movies about him.
Oh, he's had tons of movies. But they wanted to take his land, and they went and insulted his mama. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
I've seen this.
And he went and dug out his little chest.
Jesse James.
There you go.
Ooh. Oh, Bob got
Bob McNeese.
Me and Bob had the same.
Even though he spells his name backwards, he got that right.
But there's a lot of people that don't really realize that of what pushed Jesse into all of that. Railroad. Yeah. They just kept pushing around his people and people. Was he an outlaw? Yes, he was. But what made him bigger than life was he gave to it was Robin Hood is what he was.
That's right.
He helped the people that were hurting. They were going to take his land, and well, he took up for himself and became that is probably the most infamous. Is that the word I can use? Infamous? Outlaw.
Oh, we're using them big words today.
You said something about tenacious or turquoise.
Let's go back to 1929. They said he was a comedian, is what they said. It was the most dry humor I've ever watched in all my life. And
guy that didn't talk.
He talked, but he had several casts on one of his shows that had the same name.
I was thinking Charlie Chaplin.
Well, he didn't talk at all. He just grinned. This would be Daryl and his other brother Daryl that would
Bob
appear.
Newhart.
There we go.
I knew that.
Born on this day.
Daryl and his other brother Daryl.
That was funny.
He ran the little inn in Maine or Connecticut or something.
And then he, of course, was Papa Elf in the big movie there.
The elf. How many cookies did he put in the VCR? I love that show.
It's good, isn't it? Did you watch it?
Nope.
You were kidding me.
No. Sorry.
You've never watched Elf?
Oh, Elf? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yo, you hadn't seen Daryl and his other brother Daryl.
I ain't seen Daryl. Yeah, I've seen Elf.
You got to pay attention.
I'm sorry. Y'all going to get on to me like my wife always does.
I mean, this was no Let me put this picture back up. She wasn't a daisy or anything, but the blonde back there in the back, she was rather attractive for an inn in the middle of Maine.
All right, talking about Elf,
That's
here's
true.
you a trivia question.
They're short.
All right, they got pointed ears. A $3 bill.
Yes.
Whose picture was on the $3 bill?
It doesn't exist.
No, it was in the movie.
There was a $3 bill.
There is a legal tender
and
$3 bill.
I read this here a while back, but I swear I cannot remember.
This was more of during the time of where the banks issued the money.
Right.
But $3 bill is a legitimate, an actual currency. Whose face was on the $3 bill?
Hillary?
No, $3 bill goes way back before Hillary. Now we're back where the states used to push out the currency.
Oh, you're back in the 1850s.
I said Bill Clinton.
Y'all ready for this?
Tell us.
All actuality, this is God's honest truth. Santa Claus was on the face of the $3 bill.
I knew that. I read that here a while back.
I didn't know that.
And that is legal tender.
What year was it? 1850s?
It was back before the.
Well, if you had a pocket full of them, they're worth something.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Well, I learned something on that.
Yeah.
Me too. That's interesting.
This guy played in a lot of those like dynasty type movies, but you'll know him here more lately. Buy some gold.
Oh yeah, that guy.
That guy. Do y'all know his name? And I don't know how else to even word him because of Falcon Crest. I think it was that show that he was on, Falcon Crest. So we'll give this away, but go by here. He has that voice. He goes, I'm William Devane.
Yeah.
I'm here for such and such gold company.
Oh, yeah, he was the neighbor on Falcon Crest.
He was. That's it.
Lived in the cul-de-sac.
Should have known, Greg. You watched.
I know my Falcon Crest.
He still watches July movie. He got mad because the Christmas in July movies off of Hallmark went off.
Hey, but I ain't got but about 60 more days and I can start playing my Christmas music, so shut up.
Now, this next guy that we'll go back to 1939. By all means, when they wrote the dictionary and they put outlaw country musician, this is it. Because he was dressed like 1950.
David Allen Coe.
There he goes.
Half drunk and hollow-eyed.
Said it's a long way to Nashville, son. Would you like a ride?
Hey, living in that hearse in the Opry parking lot, dude, that's wanting to make it. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what they're talking about, paying your dues. That's paying your dues, buddy.
Oh, Waylon, Willie, and me. A lot of those. Now, of course, now let me.
He did go off the deep end.
He did. He had some X-rated albums there that everybody knows about that you can't play in public or around children or anybody within 3 city blocks.
songs.
That's right.
I can tell Anthony's never heard this song.
He's not welcome back in a lot of the Indian casinos either.
That's right. But David Allen Coe, of course, the ultimate song, You Never Call Me By My Name. Well, I was drunk.
You never call me darling, darling.
Darling. And you don't have to call me Charlie Pride. He was a true outlaw. I mean, without a shadow of a doubt. Do you remember the song that he done, You Don't Have to Call Hank Williams Jr. anymore?
Yep.
He's the only one done that. But a little bit of history there as you go back for David Allen Coe.
He's still alive, ain't he?
He is. He's scary, but he's alive. I don't know. Have you seen a picture of him lately?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's what I was talking about, the Indian casino. He hit a jackpot or something.
Yeah.
They wouldn't pay him or something. Anyhow, the last picture I seen of him, they were like dragging him out
Yeah,
of
they
the
were.
casino.
Because he didn't go willingly.
Oh, no. I think he talked about their mama, too, before he left.
I don't know how many they got, but I can tell you
I know how many they gonna use. All of them.
But it was he wins, and they said, "Oh, it was a mistake with the machine." And he goes,
When I leave, I'm taking it with me.
I won something.
Yeah.
I probably should have used a different picture for this. This is the lady when you think of she's hot, elegant, beautiful.
Catherine Bach.
You're close. I need to back up. I said that wrong. This is also
Julia would be proud.
Marianne on Gilligan's Island.
You're close.
Oh, Ginger.
Ginger.
So she was in the middle of two men fighting.
Most women's been there.
They were kind of grumpy.
It sure narrows it down.
They did a lot of ice fishing.
Oh, grumpy.
Grumpy old man woman.
Grumpy old man.
She hung out with Clint Eastwood.
She was fine as Anne Margaret.
She was in that also.
What's her name?
This would be Raquel. She was the poster.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
remember from.
Oh yeah, son. She pretty as a speckled pup under a pulpwood truck.
What?
A speckled pup under a pulpwood truck. In the shade.
In the shade.
In the shade. Raquel Welch, y'all remember that leopard outfit thing, the cave woman outfit poster she had? You're kidding me, Anthony. We need one for your office.
I was born in '86.
It don't matter. She was still hot. We're getting him one for Christmas to go into your office.
I tell Barry to where he is to work. Riding on Harold with that leopard print.
Dangling that carrot.
I thought it was zebra
But
print.
we ain't gonna talk about carrots now.
1946. And the only way that I know to even give a hint on this, because I don't know much about them. They made a big movie, and I guess the way we will rock you. The lead singer of that group, his name was Freddie Mercury, if I'm not mistaken. If that's how
That's
you say
him,
it.
Queen.
He died, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
he. What happened to him? You know?
He died.
Yeah.
He looked like he ought to be in Top Gun.
He had AIDS, I believe, is what he ended
Okay.
up.
I didn't realize that's what it was.
I thought it was COVID, but I'm not sure.
Well, there's a big
I'm
difference
kidding.
there. One of them will make you
I'm sorry. I don't know. Is it too soon? Too soon? Too soon.
Yeah, it was.
Let's go to 1950. This guy come from Canada, showed up in Nashville and wanted to sing a song or two, and I forget who it was. And Greg, you will know this after we do. It was a country artist that went out on a limb and said, "No, this guy's it. I want him signed because he's good." He would do "I've Been Everywhere,
Hank
Man."
Snow.
Yes, sirree. But this day it went number one. His other big song would be
I'm moving on.
"I'm Moving
All
On."
right, do you know if I think
Who
I'm
was it?
right? Somebody correct me. They put Elvis on his show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he throwed a fit.
He did.
I mean, he said that they ain't gonna be all that gyrating and carrying on. That ain't music. Get him off my platform. You know that wasn't gonna happen. I think I'm correct
You
on
are.
this.
That did happen.
He said that boy will never make it. That ain't what we need in the music industry.
Former sheriff
He wouldn't be around
Todd
here
Kemp
now.
says he was also a ranger, a forest ranger.
Huh.
I didn't know that. I watched this guy. He played a B role, a B part. And did y'all ever watch Will Ferrell and the guy that played in Shooter. What's it? Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg.
Nah, don't get that channel.
Look, this was funny. Y'all need to go back and watch it. It was called The Other Guys. It was two detectives where they were just both losers.
Despot?
Yeah. And they gave him
that wooden gun. You mean you didn't watch that?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't get that channel. I didn't get that channel.
Greg,
I was at work.
Yeah, well, like we believe that.
Unlike you cops, I had to go to work.
Always eating all the
Y'all
time.
was always eating.
Y'all was eating somewhere.
Oh my goodness.
Probably got a TV in their car.
That's right.
Anthony, I'll ask you, do you remember the name of the thieves that stole his Prius, Larry, and what were they that stole his Prius? I mean, how bad is it if you're a detective and you have to drive a Prius?
Yeah.
And
Mike
this-
in the
That's what they got in California now, isn't it?
Mike
And
in
if
the
you-
something, I don't remember.
Yeah, he's trying to get away from answering that.
Yeah, I don't want to answer that.
'Cause it
I
was-
can't remember the last part.
Sure, you can't.
But the despot
Despot was
good.
really
That was
funny
really-
there, and they
really
saw the
clean
crowd.
humor there.
Michael Keaton is who I'm talking about. He did play Batman, but he really in this B-roll played a better part than Batman.
He's the second best Batman they've made.
Oh, we need to
Didn't
go.
see the first one either.
Oh, now I like this guy here.
1950. He had such a distinctive hi there.
Yeah, he did.
Hi there. I'm
Huckleberry
Huckleberry.
Huckleberry Hound.
He is gone with the wind, isn't he?
Oh,
He probably offended somebody.
you know he did.
I sure hate that. Let's see what else happened on this day. Hippie comes to mind. Just a
nothing
flat
wrong
out.
with that.
She's just a flat out hippie. I wasn't big into this hippie movement. You may know more about hippies than me, but
Yeah, Opie Odie was one
I
of
was
them yuppies.
one.
One of them.
she
still got one
She
in my
OD'd
heart.
as most of those did during that time, and she would do a Roger Miller song that was
Yeah.
huge.
Hey, Bobby McGee.
Bobby, yeah, talking about the.
Yep.
Didn't she also do the?
Janis Joplin.
Yeah,
Sitting on the dock of
She
the
done that?
bay.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, she was different. I'll say that. Just
Oh,
not
yeah.
my type of. I can't listen to it. She was
Did
very
you get
young.
that channel, Greg?
I can say I've heard that.
He
but
don't.
Not
he
on
don't
purpose.
even know what channel he's
Not
got.
on
He don't know how
purpose.
to
I can
flip
see
the
Greg
channel.
with his old bell bottoms on.
But I'm going to.
Craig didn't do the bell
Long
bottom.
hair
It was straight leg blue jeans and boots.
old bell bottom.
So
Greg.
which version did you like better, Roger Miller or Janis Joplin's on Me and Bobby McGee?
Roger Miller's awesome. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm with you
That
on
song
that.
was a nut now. I mean, I think he was on drugs before they knew what drugs was.
Yeah, my uncle used to love me, but she died. Chicken ain't licking till his
Yeah.
chicken good fried.
Snakes on the ceiling and all kind of
Keep
stuff.
on the sunny side. Yeah, he was different there. In 1975, this would be one of the few times in history we just saw this happen to former President Trump. An attempt on a president's life happened today in 75. Gerald R. Ford,
Yep, Gerald Ford.
Squeaky, tried to do that from Sacramento.
Huh.
Boy, that brought silence to the room.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers Ford presidency, do they?
Not hardly.
This is in country music. She's got some of the biggest assets in country music.
Dolly Parton.
Yeah,
Let your antenna up, Anthony.
Dollywood.
Number one today with Heartbreaker. Dolly has just had so many songs. You go back and you think of somebody who can sit down and write "Coat of Many Colors."
Yeah.
She come from dirt poor
She has
folk.
give so much.
Whew.
What is it? Her imaginary library
Yeah, where she gets the
or whatever, where
books.
she gives
Yeah,
all these
yeah.
books away. And I'm come on. I mean, she's
And
it. Dude.
who else could show this much leg on the cover of an album? I mean, let's just go ahead and call it the way it is.
Oh, I'm out.
Anthony's embarrassed over there. I thought he was about to fall out of his chair.
I don't know. But
He did on those sheriff's department snapshot calendars, but you know, that idea didn't take
look,
off.
let me tell y'all something.
Tell us.
We just took a picture recently for a calendar that we're doing.
Oh,
Hold up.
The boys of Clark County.
Yeah.
For 2025. And
Suspenders.
there were a certain amount of people thought was actually doing like a calendar, like was like one per month or whatever. Like,
I like Barry as Mr. December.
Why don't y'all do that?
no, it's just we took one. I'm very proud of the picture we took. We, matter of fact, we had Chad Allen actually ended up taking it for us.
Yeah, appreciate old Chad.
Out in front of the courthouse, and it's a good picture. Big group of all of us. It'll be on the calendar, but it was just funny because some folks thought we was actually doing a calendar, like there was going to be like one deputy per month.
Why don't y'all do that for a charity? Have you thought about that?
I don't know, it's just a
Barry
little
in hot
strange.
pursuit on Harold something. I mean, with that leopard thing at that woman. It'll sound like hotcakes.
You're probably right.
This next guy, there's two things that happened on this date. A couple of number ones. His first number one would be September the 5th of 1970 is where we start out. Anybody remember something called All for the Love of Sunshine? Oh, you should know that one, Greg. I saw
All for the love
All
of sunshine.
my
Hank Williams Jr.
friends have settled down.
There seems to be more in the laid-back tray.
Yeah, Greg, I can't believe you missed that one.
I ain't never heard All for the Love of
Really?
Sunshine. I thought it was
Yeah, you
on
just don't
some
remember
yuppie stuff.
I've got
sunflowers and crap.
Todd Kemp.
I got them all of Hank Jr.'s. I got every one of them out. Man, I mowed grass to buy every one of them things. It was, but I got that All for the Love of Sunshine. That was back. Wake Up, Sweet Cherokee. I think I'm in love. You don't remember that? A Mobile Boogie.
Yeah. Okay.
Swinging Doors.
Yeah.
He that, and then of course he would progress
Fell off
on
the mountain. Right
and then
after
that changed all of that.
Yes.
Hank Williams Jr. and Friends, as things came about, doing that Mobile
Fell
Boogie.
off of Ajax Mountain.
Do you remember? Yeah, old Ajax Mountain. Do you remember You're My Cornerstone for Making Memories?
No, I don't remember that.
Doggy. It was good stuff back in the day. Hank Williams Jr. But all my rowdy friends have settled down. It would be 1984. This group would come from Fort Payne, Alabama, make a big splash. Yeah, there you go.
How about Randy Owen and Mark? Was it one of them was a Gentry?
Yep.
One of them passed away, didn't they?
Yeah, Cook.
Yeah.
He passed away.
Teddy Cook.
Teddy Cook.
Yeah.
It would be Can't Keep a Good Man Down. Y'all remember the video that had an airplane in the video? Okay, maybe you know.
I didn't watch video. We didn't have a TV.
Yeah.
We didn't get videos here in the Meridian area because we didn't have cable in Clark County and places like that for a long period of time. It would take a while. It would be 1992. This guy, Bust on the Oklahoma Swing was his first song that he had.
Sleep at the Wheel?
No. Think about what I just said there.
Oklahoma
Swing was his first big hit that he had.
Garth Brooks.
He had a
Heck of a guitar player.
He had a pocket full of gold in another song. He'd go rest high somewhere on another one.
Vince Gill.
Go rest high on a mountain.
Vince Gill.
Vince Gill.
I Still Believe in You would go number one in 1992. And of course, he was known for being the voice, the presenter at the CMA Awards for, 20.
He never burned an envelope, though.
That's correct.
He ain't no Charlie Rich.
This guy, and he's a real cop now, somewhere down in Louisiana. He does this, but when it comes to the cop taking care of situations, he did it. Above the Law was one of the movies.
He'd whoop you without hitting you.
Hmm?
Chuck Norris?
No,
you're close.
Stephen
Seagal?
Yeah.
That's it. Fire Down Below
Bob
debuted
had it.
today. Do y'all remember that? In Kentucky is where that kind of took place, to where people were dumping toxic waste. Mark Colley was in the movie. Several country artists. And he whooped all 20 of them at the hardware store.
At the same time. It's crazy.
He was
You
bad
just
to the
can't
bone.
hire no cops like that. No more, can you?
Just can't find them anywhere.
We gotta do a little special good morning this morning to a friend of ours, Scott Spears.
What's Scott doing?
His daughter, Skylar Spears.
Skylar had a baby, didn't he?
Had a Lacey
baby
Kate.
Tuesday at 1:42 in the afternoon and brought in Lacey Kate, joining the world here. So congratulations to Scott and Bobby, and congratulations to Skylar and everybody in the family. We want to say good morning to y'all and
Good morning.
congratulations, and can't wait to celebrate this little baby with you when you get home. And gonna be another addition to the old trailer park down there in at Docks
That's
for the
right.
summertime. So congratulations and good morning.
That baby will be swimming by next summer.
Oh yeah.
I may have to tell y'all, don't believe everything y'all read. I just done a Google fact check over here. Dum, 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 dum. Google tells me though a gold $3 coin was produced in the 1800s, which is pegged to the U.S. dollar, has a $3 banknote been made? No $3 bill has ever been produced.
I read it on Facebook.
Where I got my information from, I believe 10 times more than I believe Uncle Google. Because somebody mentioned it on here that they saw this too, because that entire information came from Paul Harvey himself. And I believe Paul Harvey.
I did read it on Facebook here a while back.
I'm just telling you, they're saying
Odie's
here.
going to take up for it because somebody sold him a pocket full
It
of
says
those
here.
$3
No, I'm
bills.
printing something.
He's trying to make sure.
It's saying here that this is just a tall tale. Is what he's saying here about the
Well,
$3
I heard
bill.
they had Santa Claus on them.
Yeah, that was Paul Harvey said that. I listened to his thing. It was probably about a couple months ago that Paul Harvey's thing arose.
Try
where
to
I
look
could
up
see it.
Paul Harvey's deal on the $3 bill.
Yeah, everything. I'm going down
If
through
you'll
this.
turn that over to the Clark County Sheriff's Department,
They'll
they'll get the
find
truth.
this out.
We'll check
They'll
that out
find
for you.
it, and if
We're gonna check it out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Use the bill to raise money.
But you better be careful Googling that kind of stuff. It might take you to a site that you don't really want to go to.
Yeah, especially when
Or
you're
if
dealing
you
with
get
a
a
$3
restaurant.
bill.
Especially
Yeah, or you show up at a restaurant
Or if
and
you're
go
at a
shores and
restaurant.
trying to get a table.
That's
I'm
right.
getting me a new phone.
Barry White, where you at? We're not going to go into great detail on that.
He throwed his phone away and went and got him a rotary phone.
I thought he was going to go jump off the bridge.
He
out
was
there.
close. Barry couldn't even eat that night. He was.
He was so mad.
What might save y'all is as I dig deeper into this, Florida, as we get into this.
They can't even count votes.
Hey, they still got them. That's where they have them
Chad.
dimple chads.
It says,
Dimple, is it dimple or
where's that?
It was-
dimple
it was a
chads or
hanging
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 chads?
Chad.
Where'd I get dimple from? I don't know. I just made that part
Clark
up.
County thing, I guess.
It might have been Google.
It says during the
Better not
1830s,
Google
when
dimple Chad
Florida was a territory, the legislatures authorized the printing of $10,000 in interest-bearing notes. The notes range from 12.5 cents to $5. The denominations included a $3 bill to raise money. It was not until the Civil War that Florida began printing large amounts of money for Florida. It was a wonderful system. The state used the money to pay its share for Confederate war and taxes for relief to family soldiers. So maybe Florida had something, but
New York had one. It was not a federal bill. It was the state a bank issued bill.
When states made their own money.
and there was a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of that.
We've still got some people trying to make their own money.
Oh, yeah.
That's still, we got a call yesterday. Somebody passed a dang $100 bill or something.
Had Odie
Pretty
Barrett's
good.
picture on it.
Yeah, it had Odie on one side and Scotty Ray on the other. But
We'll be right back. More coming up at the Scotty Ray Report.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
Hey, this is Greg, and everybody knows I love to eat good food. So when you're out and about, come on down to Long's Fish Camp. Been here for over 50 years serving some of the South's best fried fish, hush puppies, shrimp, and hey, don't forget the coleslaw. Probably the best anywhere in the world. Excellent food, excellent service. Drive on down to Enterprise, Mississippi, and enjoy your food from Long's. Remember, at Long's, everybody's family.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Welcome back, and we'll dig deeper into this as Odie has come up with a Paul Harvey episode of this about the $3 bill. We'll investigate this and find out more about it there. What y'all finding down there?
If somebody wants to know what Anthony's nickname was when he was Clark 9.
Somebody asked me that here a while back. Oh,
this day in history. What was your nickname?
They told us make sure to ask Anthony, and there's a story
was
behind
it Charming Chancellor or something like that?
Lucky Charms?
I don't know.
Boy, you can tell in his face he knows what we're talking about, but he ain't admitting it.
Yeah.
My sister.
His nose doesn't
That's
want to
who
twitch it.
asked me, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
So what's the old answer there, wise one?
Wise one ain't talking. A quick inbox would fix this.
Love potion number 9.
Oh,
That was your nickname?
Yes.
yeah.
What did you use to was this after a lady or what was it?
I don't remember. I mean,
I refuse to incriminate myself.
I plead the fifth.
I played the fifth.
No, I mean it was just a nice little name that they come up with. I mean, I was a young, nice deputy sheriff.
Yeah.
Love potion number 9.
And look at you now.
The high sheriff.
That's right.
Meridian Police Department has made an arrest, y'all. This is a good thing. If you'll remember, there was a murder that happened near Highland Park, just north of there on Highland Park Avenue. As we look at this, August the 3rd is when the murder happened. A man was found deceased in his home. He had been shot and killed. They've made an arrest. This came out late yesterday afternoon. They have arrested Tyrese Thomas and charged him with the murder of Tyrone Rush. Happened on the 3rd. He was also charged with another shooting incident that happened on the 29th of shooting into a dwelling. He has been arrested. We'll follow this case. His bond is set at $1 million.
That's good. That's a good.
That's a high bond.
That's
That
a
needs
plus.
to be there.
Well, I mean, that's good they made that arrest. You know, those detectives, they've got to be running from
That's correct.
case to case. You know, I noticed that the other night whenever the murder happened on 8th Street, you know, looking at some of the same detectives who were just at the other scene, now going to the next scene. I mean, their workload is...
Ooh, it's heavy. It's heavy. There is an update if you want to learn. Let me just click on this. Here's the whole story. And as we get this comes to us each time when they do something in Jackson. If you want to learn more about this, you can visit our website. Here's the complete story about the teacher that was arrested in Lauderdale County. Daniel Johnson, who is 36 years old. Social media threats. It goes into all of this. Law enforcement conducted a search of the home last week and discovered alleged components of explosive devices, materials. And that's why the FBI sent out the message of if you hear something in the neighborhood, it's controlled, is the way they said it to us. And that's what that deals with. Read about the whole story there. It's online. Scotty Ray Report. You can go to the Facebook page and it will take you to the complete story to learn more about that.
That deal in Georgia that happened yesterday.
The school.
With the school where we've got 4 people dead, 2 students, 2 teachers, and 9 people injured for a 14-year-old that brought a gun to school. It could have been, there's no telling how it would have ended up, but he left his classroom. The door shut behind him, and I guess their doors automatically shut and lock. And when he came back and knocked on the door, one of the students went to go let him in, noticed a gun and refused to let him in. And he went to another classroom, and that's where he killed 4 more. 14 years old. A year ago, the FBI was called in because he had made threats on social media about shooting up the school, had pictures of guns and everything else. So this fella here that the FBI just got is a 0 bond. Thank you, Buck.
Yes, outstanding.
And it's because of things like that. We don't know what they're going to end up doing. But 14 years old, you do that. He's going to be tried for an adult. I think he needs to go see the actual judge, the main judge himself, for what he did. But it goes back to how's this timeout doing? How's this, go find you a safe spot doing? How's this, we don't paddle our kids doing? How's this, we don't need a mama and daddy raising our kids anymore? How's that doing? How's it working for you? We have 23 schools have been shot up, and we're losing kids from another kid who had never been told no. who gets playing a game on a losing team and they're getting a trophy.
The answer, if we do away with all the guns, all this would stop. It's the guns'
it's
fault.
the guns' fault.
That's right.
But no, they've never been told a day in their life.
No.
And everybody gets a trophy. If you don't win, you don't get a trophy. You lost. It's how you pick yourself up and go make yourself better to be a winner next year. Get told no. Get your butt whipped. Be raised by a mom and a daddy and be part of society, and this crap will stop.
Well, I'll tell you what you're not going to have at 9 o'clock, and that's water in Marion. Let's just tell you, they're cutting that off. We've got a big water leak that's coming up, and they're going to turn it off. If you've got to go to the bathroom, I highly suggest filling up your tub with water now.
Why would you go to the bathroom in your tub?
You're going to need that water, Greg. I'll give you some instructions here in a little while.
A 5-gallon bucket of him.
Stay tuned for more advice from Scotty Ray.
Oh, let's see here what else is going on. We had several incidents that occurred yesterday. Which one is this? Let me go here and show y'all this of what happened yesterday. This would be Highway 19. And as always, when you hear the word kid, school bus, you get kind of scared here. Yeah. Here's what happened here. As you'll see, this car heavily damaged here. It was traveling north on Highway 19. The school bus was at the intersection right there in the middle, and it went across. And a lot of people were confused because I did bring up the bus was struck in the rear end. It was. It was as the bus went by, the car went under it. I'm not saying whose fault or anything. I don't want anybody to miscommunicate what I just said there. But it was an incident where the bus was going in front. The car went under it sideways and bent the bumper. Totaled out BMW. It can no longer be used there.
Was it the rear of the bus?
Yes. And I've got a picture. Let's just do that. Let me back out of this. And let me see if I've got that handy. And for some reason, I don't have it as handy as I thought I did.
Well, I'm going to say drivers, pay attention.
Yeah. And I'll try to get to this, but I'm not, I need to do it this way. Maybe it'll be quicker.
Glad the kids were okay. You know, I know it scared them. A wreck, any type of wreck would, but then being on a school bus, I know now you've got the kids that are scared, now our parents are scared, but some people say, well, why don't we have seat belts on a bus? And they're built different than a car. They're designed different than a car where it's more safe than a car.
You know, every one of those black lines means something on that bus?
The bottom one is the actual floor where you walk on. The middle black line is the seat line,
level.
And the top one is the top of the
back of the seat.
The back of the seat.
Didn't know any of that.
Yes, sir. Now, I mean, he's talking about how safe they're built. I mean, honestly, I don't know what the answer is. I know there are people out there fighting for the seat belts. Yeah. But I also, my heart goes out to some bus drivers too, because I'm sorry, these people, they work hard, they get up early, they do what they got to do for very little pay, and everywhere you look, somebody's begging for bus driver.
Well, it's because Junior ain't never done nothing wrong, and he got in trouble and kicked off the bus. But Junior ain't never done nothing wrong.
But the bus driver's job is to drive that bus from the school to get your child home safely, or to pick your child up at your driveway and get them to school safety. Now, it's not to raise your kid and to make them act right and to keep them from beating the tar out of little Jimmy in the back. Yeah, in the back of the bus.
And it was brought up about text and drive. There was no play in that, I don't believe. If we'll look here at the picture here, it was struck on the side and bent the back bumper. Again, not pointing fingers. We weren't there. That's just how the accident happened. One was in front of the other, and it struck. That's for the police to determine.
That's right. That's kind of like one of them deals. We don't know all the facts.
No, we don't know the facts.
We don't know the facts, so we're not going to speculate.
No.
But I can safely say that I think that everyone should pay attention.
Yes, sir.
We all should pay
We
more
all
attention
should,
because
you
I've
know.
been guilty. Who hadn't come around a curve and there's a bus stop with that stop sign out?
Oh, yeah.
Now that aggravates the fool out of me for somebody to pass a stop
Yes.
bus.
Oh,
coming
yeah.
Either way,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. You're not that important, and
That
where you got to
happens a
go
Is not that
that important.
Our importance is on that bus
That's
you just
exactly.
passed.
Pay attention and stop. And if you got any doubts whether you ought to stop, stop anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm through.
All right. Let's go to Briarwood. Boy, it was a traffic jam yesterday at Briarwood. As a matter of fact, I was at Briarwood when I found out about the incident that happened over in West Lauderdale. As we go here, take a look. We had a huge fender bender. Now, let me show you as we look at this. Let me get this down just a little bit further. See the fire truck coming into the screen?
Yeah, there he is.
Oh, and then we got a Tahoe in the way. Right past here, I may have to show the picture, but back here behind the fire truck is another. Let me go back. See that car off in the ditch there?
Yeah.
An accident there. It was a 3-car pileup. Let me back out of this, and I'm not going to be able to pull that up. But as the car struck, it was 3 of them involved. One went off in the ditch. A lot of damage there. Minor injuries. I don't want anybody to think that there was major, some bruising going on there, but. It was, I'm telling you, it was. And then on top of that, the nightmare of the day, here comes a mobile home down the road being moved. It would fit. So deputies scrambled and they weaved the mobile home through the traffic to get around everything. So good job.
That's right.
That was like that day that y'all were on a huge wreck, and here come an oversized load.
Oh, what's
yeah.
a swimming pool?
That was on 59.
No, that was 59 when they tore the bridge down.
The bridge
been-
narrowed.
I was the
down.
trooper. Years ago,
I was
yeah.
the trooper that
Well,
was
it
out
seems
there.
like
You
yesterday.
him up like
Yeah, we had to
3
back him up.
miles because of there was no turnaround for him. But this was, we were out there on 45 with the fuel truck. Remember, the oversized load came. We had to shut down northbound
And move it over on the left-hand side.
And he had the contraflow to get around that wreck. We had to do that twice. Boy, that swimming pool.
The swimming pools, that
that's
was
where
extra.
it burnt the bridge. I've never seen concrete
That's when the
melt
pallet
under a fire,
truck-
but that did.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you: Is Leanne responsible for this accident? Your daughter? Did she do that trick of taking the $10 bill and throwing it out in the road and wheeling it back in?
Oh, you talking about Rianne in front of? Yeah.
We had
No, she's not getting rid of a $10.
No, it'd be double tied. Yeah, she called me yesterday. I text Scotty Ray as a wreck for the clinic.
And you know, there's a lot of wrecks that happen. That's 10th Avenue and 14th Street going up to the hospital where the Total Pain Care Clinic is.
Total pain care, total rehab.
Yeah, right there.
All kind of
The
stuff.
first
right
time
there.
I ever directed traffic was right there in that intersection. I
He was 3.
I was I'll never forget it because I was a cadet at the Meridian Police Department, and I was riding with Ricky Roberts. He was over that program. He was a K-9 officer at the time. I was 15, I guess, and anyway, I stood out there and directed traffic, and that was the first time I'd ever done it.
How'd you do?
Nobody wrecked.
One of 3 wrecks.
Yeah.
He had on his little canine suit.
I had my little cadet uniform.
They had the road shut down, but other than that, it was all
He barked at a couple, bit a few tires. They seen Ricky. Thought, man, what a canine!
That's right.
That would be back in the. That was Motor Supply back then, wasn't
Yep.
it?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Motor Supply anymore. That
Oh, it was. Oh, yeah.
You got to remember, he ain't but 21.
this would have been. This would have been in
The electric-
2002. I think.
I remember being on the radio, and that used to be a lighting store where we worked now.
Yeah, well, it was Tenon Carpets years ago. Then it was Meridian Lighting or something.
lamp and lighting or
And
something.
back in the day on the radio, when you called in, you didn't have to tell who you were. And somebody made a comment, there sure is a beautiful woman walking in over there. And she heard it. Meridian is one of those towns where you can't hide your voice. Everybody knows who you are. They were busted. We have had the announcement the Meridian Police Department and Lauderdale County Coroner have released the name of the young lady that lost her life, making the 10th victim of murder in Meridian. Crystal Edwin, 49 of Meridian, has been identified as the person who lost their life 8th Street and at 30th Avenue just the other evening as we were there. This was on the edge of the road right next to the gas station there. Condolences to that family. As Meridian has not made an arrest, they are still investigating this. And as we get updates on that, we will pass that information along to you as well. We go to Clarkdale next. We've got 2 missing pups that we need found.
Josie, and I can't think of the other one's name.
As a matter of fact, let's just take a look and see. It's Josie and Honey.
Honey.
And
sure enough, squirrel dogs.
Yeah,
good dogs, good folks.
Let's get in on that. There they go. If y'all happen to see those two pups,
orange collars on.
Yep, sure is. In boxes, we'll be glad to hook the owner back up with them. We also got 2 large white peonies. Is it? How do you say that?
Pyrenees.
Great Pyrenees.
Pyrenees.
Great Pyrenees.
That's a tough one for
it's
me.
The opposite of a Pekingese. Pekingese little, Pyrenees big. Just remember it that way.
Those are some beautiful dogs.
Beautiful dogs. Smart
dogs.
Collinsville is where these pups are missing. So, as always with everything, everybody loves their dogs. They want them back. If you happen to see them, please contact us inbox.
That's right.
Be glad to get some information back to those family members there as they do that. Horrible news in George County, Mississippi, as authorities have recovered the body of a 17-year-old that went missing in the George County River. We send condolences to that family there. We don't know all the circumstances.
The Mississippi Highway Patrol dive team was out there working that incident, and that's something our dive team and the Highway Patrol dive teams planning on doing some training together. Great group of guys. We just say a prayer for this family. And also keep these recovery teams in your thoughts and prayers too, because it's tough on them as well.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I don't think you ever got to worry about me being on a dive team.
We'll get you on one.
No, I'm good. I'm not wearing that.
Somebody's got to tell what happened.
That's right. I'm going to stay on the
I'll be up top.
Y'all can stay up. You wouldn't even get in the boat with us when we went to go look at the.
Because somebody had to tell what happened.
That's me and Anthony and Barry got in the boat.
Yep.
So we could
that night in Tasha, we went and looked at
that. That's right.
Yeah, Tasha still talks about that to this day. She was scared to death.
I don't blame her. People get in a boat.
Hey, I was driving the boat.
The dam is busted. It's like taking a stopper out of a bathtub. All the water is leaving, and you 3, 4, 5.
What's so crazy is
take off. Let's go look at it.
What's crazy is, Greg, when we were headed back from the dam breach, I had to go faster. I had to get more.
It flew backwards.
Yeah, it was just pulling us
and
up.
Barry was up
it's
there
called
like
the tide was going out, genius.
Barry was like George Washington with that
spotlight.
Like we were crossing the
we was all right
Delaware.
until somebody said, "Look at that alligator." And Tasha jumped on top of every one of us. It's time to leave. It's time to leave.
She talks about that all the time.
We'll be right back.
Like Gilligan's Island, Barry up there on the front.
I'm Alan Hunt at Meridian Cycles, and let me tell you about some of the great deals we have this month. We have up to $3,000 rebates on side-by-sides. We have up to $1,000 rebates on four-wheelers, as well as 0% interest. Come see us at 80 Highway 19 North right here in Meridian, or give us a call at 601-485-8700. Ask for Alan or Mike Boswell. We'll be glad to help you. Come see us.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Battery power made by steel. Right now, save $50 on select AK System battery tool sets. Real steel. Find yours.
Hey, we have got
pictures
more information on Love Potion. Can I?
Yeah, that's fine. That's me and my sister.
I think we need to post it. But how old were you? Like 9?
6.
Let's see.
That's my sister. I was 20.
Oh, it was the year before last.
I was a young deputy sheriff. My sister was homecoming queen in 2006 at Enterprise.
Dispatch called you Love Potion number 9 for some reason. Was it your cologne? What
Probably
could it have been?
so. I like good
polo. Is that what you wore?
Another big word, magnetism, I think. What you're looking for.
Y'all are crazy.
Let's talk about our friends over here. Well, they take care of you, Snowden and Company. When it comes to purchasing you a home, I'm telling you, they're there to help you. There's a lot of paperwork involved with purchasing a home, a lot that we don't understand because we don't do it every day. Amanda and her team are there to help you out, pick out that home that you want. There's a lot to choose from, whether you're buying or selling. There's a lot of folks, the kids move off and they think there's just too much to take care of now. And you need a smaller home. They can do that for you. Easy to do. Or if you've got kids coming out your ears, hanging from the ceiling, do you need a bigger house? They can do that also. See them today at Snowden and Company. There's a lot goes on there, as I mentioned. Let me show you some more pictures here of just what goes on. Any style home that you're looking for, if you need 2 4-bedroom, upstairs, downstairs, they got them for you. Visit them online. It's easy to do. There's the address, snowdenrealestate.com. They'll take care of you. They'll do you right at Snowden and Company. Call them at 453-3937 for any of your real estate needs.
Man, that was a live commercial right there.
It sure was.
That was outstanding.
Well, thank you there, sir.
I mean, I was so captivated by what's going on there. I mean, I think I want to go buy a house. Let's go.
We're out of here.
I done my job right. Without a doubt there.
Oh, that's right.
If this fails, you can always make a TV preacher.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here today.
Have you done that yet as sheriff yet?
What's that?
Had to marry anybody?
No, the sheriffs can't marry anybody.
Really?
We're not. No, we're not considered. Todd Kemp, we're not considered what? Officers of the court or something like that. What is it?
You mean board of supervisors?
Supervisors and justice court judges.
But the sheriff can't marry
No.
anybody? Oh, you deal more in the divorce end of it. Y'all have to go out and break them up when it don't work.
Sheriffs are more out for divorce than we are marriage.
Yeah, they help untie them.
We have to deal with that part of it.
Well, me
most
and
of the
Greg can marry you. Well, no, Greg can marry you in Alabama.
Yeah. I married Odie and his wife. I tied a double knot.
Did y'all really?
Yeah, I did.
That's neat. Yeah, but supervisors, just court judges, if Todd Kemp's still watching, but there's a reason the sheriffs, we don't have that. Thank goodness.
Well, it ain't like y'all don't need something else to do.
I ain't got time to be marrying nobody.
I had my grandson. I said, hey, Braylon, will you do the ceremony? And he was like, yeah, I can do that. And I said, okay. So I got everything together and we went over it and he was like, I can do that, Papa. So I asked Greg, I said, Greg, will you say the prayer? And he said, yeah. So he was standing over there by us. So me and Braylon is on the beach and we're waiting and Amy's twin sons brought her down. And about that time, Braylon looked up and saw the crowd looking at him. And he looked over at me and he said, Papa, he said, I can't do this.
I got to go.
And I said, it's all right, just read. And he goes, Papa, he said, I can't read. I can't do nothing right now. He said, I can't do this. So I turned around and looked at Greg and I said, hey, come here. And he was like, oh, I'm fixing to go pray. So he walked over there. Braylon handed him the Bible and walked off. And I said, you've got to marry us. And he said, do what?
Didn't have no glasses. I couldn't read. So I just winged it. I could remember watching it on Seinfeld or Cheers or something. I started off Ash's house. I said, no, that ain't the right one. Dearly beloved. I did it. They married everything good.
That's right. That's
look,
right.
we've got a closer look up at this now as we pull this up. I got that poster so everybody could.
Gosh, I mean. Madeline.
Wow.
That is my sister Madeline. She was a senior in high school. I was 20. I was an emancipated adult.
A what?
A what? Say it again.
Can you take something for that?
I got emancipated through Chancery Court to 21. That way I could work. That way I could carry a gun.
Well, there you are. He was emancipated.
Yeah. Proclamation. Ain't that what Barney had trouble with? The Emancipation Proclamation. That's when they emancipated about that proclamation.
I remember that episode there. We need to do some birthdays, and I had somebody ask about the coffee mug. We're looking for another sponsor. We'll have another sponsor coming up of the coffee mug before long, so we'll have some coffee mugs to come in the future. They're coming.
I know that was a surprise. Everybody's like, "Whoa, you've done forgot to cook."
No, we hadn't forgot it.
No, most people that knew Odie just thought he was being cheap. One cup for everybody.
One cup
Just
for
like
everybody.
communion.
Y'all share that.
Pass it around. Who's that? You got it this week.
Birthdays today, we've got Daryl Lewis, Mark Shane Willis, 24, Kathy Monsour's having a birthday, Rita Bateman Gressett, 60, Lexi Brister, 17 years young today, Fred Parker, 78 years young, Sydney Berry, 12, Reverend James Ruffin's having a birthday, Trey Johnson, Lynn Anderson, 65, and Brian and Chris Miller celebrating 25 years together. Man, that's awesome. 26 years.
Yeah, all right. Any big news? Anything we should expect today when it comes to Clark County? Anything big happening? Anything down at the courthouse?
Well, I don't believe so. I think we may experience a little bit of rain today, hopefully. That's about right.
Well, we will get one. I think we have another birthday coming in.
We got a birthday. Hugh Janus is, that's Anthony Chancellor's doing that.
Just spin the dial. Let's get off of here. Please, let's get off of here.
I'm going.
Odie stopped short of.
He did.
Oh, Hugh there. Hugh, I hope you have a good one. I tell you what.
Spin the clock, Odie. Spin the dial, Odie.
Spin the dial.
That was kind of funny there. As we get ready to leave, we want to thank Sheriff
on a day
Anthony
like that,
Chancellor.
we need a prayer.
Yes, sir, we do.
I do want to remind people today, believe it or not, on a serious note, we got some rain coming. A lot of places have not seen rain in a while. All that debris on the pavement. Please slow down. Please be careful. Please slow down. I'm going to say that again. Please slow down.
Oil is on the road.
Please be careful, especially when it first starts raining, people. It's going to be slick. Slick.
Yep.
So please slow down.
Is Anthony? Is anybody named Elephant having a birthday? Anybody that you know like that? Okay, we're just checking there to see if anybody else needs one. As we leave today, thank y'all for coming in. Odie, you got a Bible verse for us to close the show out today?
Yeah, we're going.
We need it.
Boy, we need it. And John 5, verse 24. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that hearteth my word and believeth on him that sent him hath everlasting life and shall not come into condemnation, but is passed from death unto life. Well, I tell you what, that was
that's a good one.
A mouthful, but that is telling us one thing.
Amen.
If we believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, he will give us everlasting life to live with him eternally in the heavens. And all we've got to do is go by his word and go by his law. And he teaches us how to live and live with one another, not against one another. We've got to put God back in our school. We've tried this stuff without God in our school, and you see where we are. Put God back in our school, and we can live together forever in the heavens. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. It finally made it here. Until then,
I thought today was
have
Friday.
a wonderful day. We love y'all. Be careful.
All right, we'll see you bright and early tomorrow.